Breaking news now on Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
We begin tonight with breaking news out of Washington, D.C. Good evening. I'm Julia LeBlanc. Thanks for joining us here for the Fox 61 News at 10. President Joe Biden has announced that he will issue a pardon for his son, Hunter Biden. Now, he made that announcement just a few hours ago. The pardon comes ahead of Hunter's December 12th sentencing for his conviction on federal gun charges. He's also set to be sentenced in a separate case later this month after he pleaded guilty back in September to tax evasion charges. Now, Biden argues the charges against his son were brought for political reasons. The decision marks a reversal for the president, who previously said he would not interfere with the Justice Department's process. Biden releasing a statement this evening saying, quote, "No reasonable person who looks at the facts of Hunter's cases can reach any other conclusion than Hunter was singled out only because he is my son, and that is wrong." He went on to say, quote, "There has been an effort to break Hunter, who has been 5.5 years sober, even in the face of unrelenting attacks and prosecution." Now, you'll find more coverage of the president's decision to pardon his son on our free Fox 61 app. Just use the QR code right there on your screen and download it, or you can always go to fox61.com for more information. All right, let's get over to meteorologist Deshaun Robinson joining us now in studio. Deshaun, definitely colder today. Will that last throughout the week?
Yeah, Julia, we are going to see those cooler than average temperatures stick with us for much of this week, particularly by the time we get into Friday. So you may want to grab or look for those bigger winter jackets. So weather headlines: sunny skies for Monday and Tuesday. Then we are watching a clipper system which could bring some light rain and snow showers Wednesday night into Thursday. And then that Arctic blast will move in by Friday. Right now it is mostly clear across much of New England. However, our friends in upstate New York continue to deal with those heavy lake effect snow showers. Currently across the state, our temperatures are generally in the 30s to the upper 20s. And then for the remainder of the night, we are looking at mostly clear skies, abundant sunshine for your Monday. Coming up, I'll let you know more about the midweek system.
All right, Deshaun, thank you. Well, a man is dead after investigators say he was stabbed by someone early this morning. And Hartford police say they do have a suspect in custody tonight. Officers say they were called to Main Street in Hartford just after 9 o'clock this morning. When they got to the scene, they found a man in his 60s with a serious stab wound. They say he was rushed to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. This is an ongoing investigation, and police are not releasing the name of the victim or the suspect at this time, or what charges they may be facing. Now, 2 people and their pet parrot are without a home tonight after their house caught on fire. Firefighters in Norwalk were called to this address on North Ridge Street just before 1:30 this morning. When they got there, they say the second floor was fully engulfed in flames. Now, firefighters say both people inside and their pet parrot got out safely. The cause of the fire is under investigation. The Red Cross is assisting the homeowners. Well, Connecticut State Police say they arrested someone who was driving under the influence and caused a crash on I-95 North while going the wrong way. It happened earlier this morning, just after midnight near exit 43 in West Haven. Now, troopers say the driver hit another driver head on. They say several people were taken to the hospital for treatment. The highway was temporarily closed but has since reopened. Now, the driver of the car going the wrong way was charged with a DUI, among other things. We'll keep you updated, of course, as we learn more. Well, more than a year after a University of New Haven student was killed while riding his scooter on an Elm City street, police have made an arrest. On the night of October 18th last year at around 11 p.m., 23-year-old Priyanshu Agwal, who you're seeing in that picture there, was near the corner of Amity Road and Whaley Ave in New Haven when he was hit by a driver who then took off. Now, Agwal died at the hospital about a week later. After an extensive investigation, police have arrested 41-year-old Jill Agweli of Naugatuck with evading responsibility resulting in death. Her bond was set at $250,000. Now, tomorrow morning, New Haven police will be sharing updates on the case alongside Agwal's family and friends. Tonight, we have been in contact with Priyanshu's brother, who tells me his family is, quote, so relieved. Now, plans to lay former Connecticut Governor Jody Rell to rest have been announced. The public is invited to pay tribute this Tuesday, where she will lie in state at the Capitol building. Now, that will happen from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That afternoon, there will be a massive Christian burial at St. Joseph's Cathedral in Hartford. There will also be a private ceremony at the Connecticut State Veterans Cemetery at a later date. Now, Governor Lamont's office says she will be buried alongside her husband, Lou, a veteran of the U.S. Navy. Now, of course, our team will be at the service, and we will have coverage of how the state is honoring Governor Rell's life and legacy. Well, President-elect Donald Trump continues to quickly assemble his cabinet and staff picks for his second term in office. Florida Sheriff Chad Chronister will lead the Drug Enforcement Administration, among other names announced over the weekend. CB Cotton has more from New York.
President-elect Trump continues to round out positions in his second administration. He nominated Kash Patel to serve as FBI director.
Kash Patel will go in. He's very experienced, very intelligent. Can't think of a better person to go in and lead the reform of the FBI than Kash Patel.
Patel is a former Justice Department prosecutor and a longtime ally who worked in Trump's first administration. He's previously called for an overhaul of the FBI.
Kash Patel's only qualification is because he agrees with Donald Trump that the Department of Justice should serve to punish, lock up, and intimidate Donald Trump's political opponents.
Patel's nomination means current FBI Director Christopher Wray must either resign or be fired when Trump is inaugurated. Wray was selected by Trump in 2017 to replace James Comey, but fell out of favor, especially after the FBI searched Mar-a-Lago for classified White House documents in 2022.
Christopher Wray has demonstrated too much independence and objectivity in the job for Donald Trump.
Trump also nominated two family members. Charles Kushner, the father of Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner, is set to become the U.S. ambassador to France. And Mossad Boulos, Tiffany Trump's father-in-law, was named senior advisor on Arab and Middle Eastern affairs.
All right, that was CB Cotton reporting. Now, the streets of Essex came alive with holiday cheer today. It's because of an annual event that was hosted by the Connecticut River Museum. Fox 61's Kayla Cade was there, and she brings you the highlights from all the festivities.
It's called The Trees and the Rigging, and it's hosted by the Connecticut River Museum. People had the chance to watch two parades, one filled with people singing Christmas songs and the other with boats decorated to kick off the holiday season in Essex.
Walking down from Essex Town Hall to the Connecticut River Museum are people participating in a land parade that's organized by the Essex Historical Society. Cars were decorated with Christmas lights. One even had people singing on top of it. It's part of the Connecticut River Museum's Trees and the Rigging. The museum's executive director, Elizabeth Kaiser, says this is an old tradition here.
It goes back to some people's childhoods at this point.
She said the event had a break due to COVID, and last year was its first time back.
And it's really nice to see the crowds of people 4, 5, 6 deep back from the water, all up and down the river.
There were different activities throughout the day for people of all ages to enjoy.
We had kids' crafts here in the boathouse. We had a craft market outside. And then at 3 o'clock, we had hot chocolate, which was delicious.
And it ended with a boat parade in the water.
And we had about 15 different boats that were dressed to the nines in lights and sparkles and sound.
It included characters such as Snoopy, Buddy the Elf, the Abominable Snowman, and Santa coming to town in style.
We try to make sure that there's a wide variety and that everyone is representing things that they love and make them happy.
Nicholas Farrar and his brother Ryan were amazed by the boats, and they picked out some of their favorites.
Mine was the sailboat. Mine was the tall boat.
The Farrar family came here for the first time to celebrate Ryan's 6th birthday.
It was conveniently around the time of his birthday, and we love coming to Essex. We go to most of the events in town. So it's our first time here, though.
It makes feeling like Christmas is around the corner.
And that's exactly the intention of this event.
This is a really wonderful way to experience that kind of great Christmassy feeling. It's a really great way to begin the holidays.
The Connecticut River Museum is hosting another event called the 31st Annual Train Show. It will be here until February 16th. Visit fox61.com for more information. In Essex, Kayla Cade, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Kayla, thank you so much. Now, a community came together to help a retired Navy Master Chief decorate his San Diego house for Christmas and to keep a beloved tradition alive. Jamie Chambers has this story.
The lights spark in fits and starts as San Marcos's Mr. Christmas rummages around flipping breakers like Chevy Chase in Christmas Vacation. The wonder created by this illuminating architect inspired nearly 80 years ago.
I come from a very poor family, and our Christmas was to look at Christmas lights. And I told my mom, someday I'm going to do this. And here I am.
This light display has gone beyond pretty decorations, solidifying a place in San Marcos lore.
I had a lady go into labor down here one year.
The nightlight nostalgia sweeping up kids and adults alike.
He got down on his knees, proposed to her, and she said yes. And there must have been 100 people out here. They all started clapping.
With the lights on, dozens of neighbors showing up seemingly out of nowhere, enjoying the cool evening. The Nob Hill community didn't get this show last year because of a back surgery, forcing Bill, now 86, to recover. This year, too, was looking bleak until a neighbor noticed Bill working again alone, moving things too heavy, but at the same time, too important just to let go.
I made a notice on Facebook that I might need help decorating this year, and he had over 300 people contact him to see if they could come and help.
5 trusted friends were selected, and Bill still runs the show, but the lights are on and the neighborhood is righted once again.
Not just for the little folks, it's for the older folks too.